Well, today it's the turn of my golf clubs to get a wash and brush up, and my bag's been stored in the other workshop, and it's dusty, and it was a lovely bag, a tour bag, and the problem is that a lot of the trim on it has not done very well with I think it's the insects here in Thai that's had a bit of a go at it, at the vinyl on the bag, which is a shame. But I'm going to give it a clean up and see what it's like. My irons are Callaway irons, and my putter is a TaylorMade Nubbins, and my big dog, my number one driver, again is a TaylorMade that Brian gave me a long time ago, and my lob wedge I think is a Cleveland Rusty. So a mixed bag, but there's only 13 in my bag, unlike Stephen's where there's 15. Not that we ever bother about such little rules, we play golf for a laugh. John's irons came up nice and the bag cleaned up nice as well, and I'm going to put the hood on now and take those up to the studio out of the way, and when my Callaways are cleaned up, they're going to go and live in the studio as well, along with my TaylorMades. Well, no sad tales of lost friends today, although it was very sad. John died at just 56 years old, and I think most people will agree that that is no age at all. My clubs aren't really dirty, it's the bag that's got dirty, because when I was playing, I did used to clean my clubs quite regular, and the balls as well. How do you get your balls extra white? You just put them in a bowl of water with a bit of bleach overnight, and tomorrow morning they'll be snow white. That's what I used to do. Only a bit of bleach, just enough to whiten them up, not enough to attack the casing. So here's my putter. I bought this putter. Oh, this is a TaylorMade Nubbins putter. It's got the rubber face, and it's a great putter. I love it to pieces. I must have bought that, it's got to be close on 40 years ago. I bought it from a golf shop in Bolton off Sean. I can't remember his last name. I had some lessons with Sean when I first started to play. It's not there now, and I think he packed up and went selling cars or something like that. But there you go. I bought a half set of second-hand old blades off a mate. I think he gave 15 quid for them when I learned to play golf, and then Sean skillfully pointed me towards a set of King Cobras, or Cobra Kings, the graphite hump shaft, and they were a lovely set of clubs, and I was playing quite well with them, and they were stolen. My car was broken into one night, and the clubs were in the boot, and it was a company car, and they weren't insured, and they weren't insured on my house insurance either, and I almost gave up playing golf because of that. And the reason is that I was playing well with them, and I was gutted. And they weren't cheap. I think I paid about £600 for the set of irons or something, I don't know, something like that. And then of course you get four, I think it was four to pitching, including a sand wedge. And my son had bought me an Odyssey putter, which was in there, and I'm the type of person, if somebody buys me a present, I never ever part with it, because I think if somebody's gone to the trouble of going out and buying you something, then it should be kept. That's just the way I am. You know, I had a rusty lob wedge in that set that obviously went. So I bought this one. This is it's a Cleveland 60-degree rusty lob, and I bought that off eBay years later to match the one that had been stolen. And I went around all the second-hand shops in the region, offering good money if they came in, and I would buy them back, but they never did. No doubt somebody's enjoying them now. And but this is a 50-degree wedge I bought. I bought this one in Pattaya, and the reason I got this 50-degree was I'm quite a big hitter. Well, for a rank amateur, because I've got an open grip, so you tend to hit farther than an open grip. And the rusty lob wedge, it for me is like a 70-yard wedge, and my pitching wedge is like 150 yards. So I was struggling for something that when you're about 100 yards from the green. So I bought this 50-degree, and this 50-degree, I'm not sure what make it is. Zeno. This 50-degree is I don't use it a lot, but if I'm 90 to 110 yards off the green, that's my go-to. And then a good friend of mine, David Flood, he's a lawyer in the UK. He's a barrister actually, and we used to play quite a bit in our local golf course, the Beacon at Up Holland or Skelmersdale, whichever you want to say. It's a municipal course, but a great course. And David had a shot in his bag with his sand wedge, and it was a short but very high full swing shot, and I adopted that off him. The last time I played with Marcel from Turn. Marcel was learning to play golf, but he's not continued with it, which is a shame because he had the makings of a good golfer, really good golfer. And you know, so this is the Callaway Edge, this set. And I bought this set of irons from a tenant. I had a tenant in the mill, and he was a good golfer. I think he was off 4. Gary, his name was. He was off 4, and he wanted to improve his game, so he went out and he bought himself a really nice set of irons, these Callaways, and he played with them twice and didn't like them. So he said, they're rubbish. I'm gonna sell them. I can't use them. Well, anybody that's into golf knows that the bulk of golf and what the golf magazines and the golf pros rely on is what's in between your ears, and it's buy this club, you'll hit it longer. Buy this club, you'll hit it straighter. Buy this ball, you'll get a better distance. And that's my 50-degree, actually. I think that this is a Mizuno F. I didn't know I had that in my bag. I wonder if it's mine. Now there's a thing. I have not a clue where that came from or whose it is. It might be mine. I might have forgot that I bought it. I don't know. You do forget these things when you get old. 7-iron. Who's watched the movie Tin Cup? If you're into golf, it's a Kevin Costner and Rene Russo movie, and it's supposed to be loosely based on the life of John Daly, Tin Cup, apparently. And Don Johnson's in it as well, and it's just a good golf yarn comedy, you know. And it does deal with all those inner demons and frailties that golfers are beset by. And not me, Your Honour. There's my pitching wedge. Not me, Your Honour. I know that when I hit a crap shot, it's not the club. It's me, and it's either the arc of the swing, or it's the grip. So going out and spending a couple of £1,000 on a posh driver isn't going to make a bean of difference. Not to me anyway. You know, I've watched golf. I've watched golf on the internet where you've had golf pros, internet pros, the likes of Rick Shields or Peter Finch, that type of person, and they'll go to somewhere like St Andrews or somewhere like that with an old set of hickory shafted clubs, you know, the old blades, and they will still shoot pretty much par. And I've watched with interest these challenges where they say, right, we're going to do 18 holes with a pitching wedge only. I mean, they're good golfers, you know. They want to get the distance with a pitching wedge, so they what they call thin it. So they'll knock it a long way down the fairway, down the ground. You know. When I was playing regular, before I had a one wood, but I couldn't hit it. It was terrible with the one wood. I used to drive with the 3 wood. Again, it was grip and 3 wood, and then my 4-iron off the fairway, and I'd be on a par 5 in 2. I was a decent hitter. And then a couple of years ago, Brian's Thailand, Brian the Builder, he'd done a job for somebody, and they couldn't pay him, so they effectively paid him in golf clubs. And he had a number of sets of golf clubs, and he had this absolutely beautiful tailor-made, I think it's an R5 driver, brand spanking new, and he brought it up and gave it to me. And that driver, they're damned expensive, and it's here, and it's one of the ones that it's one of the ones that's got these weights all around the head, so you can adjust the weights and adjust the pitch angle of and all that carry on. I just left it as it came, but I tell you what, I can't half snot it with it, and not much of a backswing. you need with it. As they say, let the club do the work. But because the last time I played with Marcel, I was crap. Terrible, because I've not played in that. I probably haven't played for something like 3 years. And there's no excuse, because with this size of garden, I could make a par 3 in here. I could definitely make a couple of pitch and putts, you know. But there might possibly be some exciting news coming very soon. I can't go into it, but myself and a couple of friends have put a bid in for a large parcel of land. It's 52 rye, 21 acres, and it's had some leisure on it historically. So if we get the bid, there might well be 3 or 4 holes, par 3s, going on that, you know, pitch and putt type of stuff. But it really would be smashing, because it would enable anybody to keep the hand in, as it were. So watch this space. Might not get it, but they've said that the odds are favourable with the offer that we've put in. So I did ask a couple of other friends if they were interested, but no. They didn't have the vision. But it's what I did for a business in the UK, and it's what I did as a profession in the UK, land buying and developing. And part of my brief it was that I would have to travel around the UK and sometimes different countries to look at land and or buildings, and then I had to report to the board with what value it would be, what we could do with it, and exactly how we were going to make money out of it. Because the company I worked for was predominantly a turning company, so we would buy a piece of land, improve it by whatever method, and then sell it on, you know. And that so the skill is in the vision, you know. I could go to a site and by and large 10 minutes on the site, and I had a vision of what we could do with it. Sometimes I might have to go on the site, and it might have been, I might spend half a day there. You know, you're thinking, what the hell can I do with this? How are we going to put value into this site? And but anyway, if I get it, if we get it, we will report accordingly. But rest assured, if I get it, then it will be probably 3 years worth of really interesting blogs in how we develop it and market it, and it'll be great. It really will be fantastic. I'm hopeful, very hopeful. So that's the clubs. Now for the bag, and the bag's in a mess. There's my Callaway tour bag. I bought it new, and I bought it off eBay. I think it's one of the it's a copy of one of the open bags, I think. I'm not sure. And I loved it. It was a beautiful bag when I got it. And as I said, it's just the atmosphere here in the tropics that's ruined it. It was alright in Wigan. Well, that little quadrant looks a bit better, doesn't it? And this back section looks decidedly bloody awful. I'm going to need a scrubbing brush on that. I don't know the right way to do this. I might put the pressure washer on and give it a blast, see what happens. Well, it's looking a bit better, isn't it? Yes, he says. It is looking a bit better. Much, much, much better. Now this blue section is going to be a challenge because a lot of the surface is lifting off. We'll see what we can do. Well, that didn't come up too bad, did it? No. So we'll crack on. Well, there they are. The lob wedge, 60 degrees, 50 degrees. The F Mazzino, God knows what that club is. Sand pitching 987654. And my big dog and my very favourite TaylorMade nubbins. My big dog is the TaylorMade R7, and the bag is a little bit cleaner, so we will put them away, put them to bed. And take them with John's clubs up to the studio where they'll fare a little bit better. And that's a lovely bag, that Callaway bag, and it's I felt like a proper golfer when I turned up at the golf course with one of them. It wasn't until I put the club in my hand and had a shot people realised I wasn't. See you later, have a great day, bye bye.